Today we are joined by an UFC middleweight and also a former football player from the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm talking about a friend of the house. Ladies and gentlemen, your boy Eryk Anders is here again with Somos MMA. Welcome back, man. Thank you very much for your time.
Hey, man, appreciate you guys for having me again.
Well, Eryk, tell us, how are you? How is everything going on over there?
Man, everything's going great. Training's going well. Feeling good, feeling in shape. Weight's perfect. So, couldn't be happier.
Well, and a week ago, more or less, we found out that you will be Andreas Michelidis' replacement against Antonio Arroyo. So, what were you doing when you got the call? How was all the process to say yes to the fight?
Well, I was on the island, on Fight Island with Walt. So, I feel like I was in good shape. And, the good thing about being on the island is, I got a sweet tooth, so I like candy and soda and, cakes and, ice cream and stuff like that. They didn't have a bunch of that. So, and, I didn't really like the food, so I wasn't, eating a whole bunch and whatnot. So my weight was good. They called me, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And so here we are.
So it wasn't a hard decision. It was just, yes, let's do it.
Nah, but because usually I get a little heavy, so there's no way I could cut to 185 in 3 weeks. But because I was on the island and the food selection was very limited, my weight was good already. So, I said, sure, why not?
Well, I have seen that on your Instagram stories that last night you have been cutting weight. So I want to ask you, how are you feeling for this one? Because normally we should ask you about the training camp, but there is no training camp for this one.
Yeah, no training camp, but man, I always train. I'm always good to go for 15. I always got 15 in me, 15 minutes. So no matter what kind of shape I'm in, I can go for 15 minutes. And so, right now it's just about sharpening up, getting tight, doing some cardio sections, adding some cardio sessions to get the weight down and whatnot. But other than that, it's business as usual.
All right. And talking about the fight, what's your analysis of Antonio Arroyo? What does he bring to the table that made him a dangerous opponent?
He moves a lot. He's got good footwork and movement, and history has shown that these are the guys that I struggle with. But, we are fighting in the smaller cage, so, I think that'll work to my advantage.
Yeah, and what are going to be the keys for your victory? Which aspects do you think are going to be the crucial factor?
I think he may come out and try to push the pace early. So I think, test my cardio since I'm taking this fight on short notice. So, I'd expect him to come hard and fast in the first round. But, I think cardio is going to be the key. I think he'll wear down. I'll maintain and get stronger as the fight goes on.
Okay. And Eryk, I was watching at both of your records, and you have almost the same amount of fights between you two, but this will be your 11th fight in the UFC and just his second. So how are you planning to use that experience in your favor? Do you think it can make a difference?
Oh, absolutely. I've been in there with guys like Machida, Thiago Santos. That's the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme. So, I'm not saying that he's not that, but I think that our experience level, there's just things in the cage, things that you don't know until you're in those positions. And I've been in all positions, and I think we've all seen how deep the waters I'm willing to get in. So, he's going to find out a lot about himself, I think, in this fight.
And talking about the pandemic situation, this is going to be your second fight during the pandemic, and your second fight with no people in attendance. So, do you miss the crowd? Do you miss the people in the stadium, or you're cool with the empty stadium?
Yeah, no, I would absolutely love the fans to be there. I love the roar of the crowd. How into it they get to, how they cheer, the noise. It just adds another level of competition. Another thing to it just gives you energy. Fighting in front of people who are screaming and want to see you knock somebody out or see you get knocked out or whatever the situation may be. know, it's just a different feeling whenever there's a crowd, and it almost feels like practice or a sparring match when it's empty like that.
Okay, I understand. And Eryk, you just mentioned a few moments ago, you have been in Abu Dhabi cornering Wolf Harris. So what can you tell us about that experience?
About what? What experience?
The Abu Dhabi experience, cornering Wolf Harris over there, the Fight Island and all that. How was that experience for you?
Oh, man, you know, it was cool. You know, it was a really long flight, like 15 hours going, 16 coming back. You know, I would have liked to have seen the island a little bit more, but I understand that, you know, Abu Dhabi opened up to their public, so we had to isolate and couldn't, you know, there was a racetrack, you know, where they drive the Formula One cars. Yeah. The people who went out there the first time, they got to drive and ride in those things, and that's something I was really looking forward to. But, you know, we got there, you know, there really wasn't anything to do. They had a little beach. You know, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful or anything, but, man, we were just kind of isolated and couldn't really do anything. So, but, you know, at the same time, we weren't there to be tourists. You know, we were there to go win a fight and, you know, to go fight. So, you know, it's just one of those things, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, sure. And which one do you prefer, to fight in the States, or you like the travel, because it's a long travel to Abu Dhabi? Which one do you prefer, the Fight Island or stay in the States?
Right now I prefer the States because I like that small cage. And, you know, I don't want to have to take a 16-hour flight. I can go out around here. I have all the amenities, everything I need to cut weight, you know, so it's just easier over here.
Okay, I understand. Eryk, I have also seen that you have posted a picture with Anderson Silva on your Instagram. What do you think of his final fight with the UFC?
Last fight last night?
Yeah.
Man, you know, it's sad to see a guy go out like that, but at the same time, you know, that's an athlete that achieved everything at the highest level. And we see this time and time again with professional athletes. They play long past their prime. It's just, you know, in the fight game, you know, it looks a lot worse than like you know, a quarterback or a soccer player. When they fade out, maybe they're not as fast, maybe they're not as crisp. You know, fighters, whenever they're a little bit too old, they get knocked out, and it looks like you see last night. But, you know, that's the life of the vast majority of professional athletes who get to that level where he was at. So, you know, and I kind of feel how Dana White felt. You know, I'm good friends with Uriah Hall. I'm great that I'm so happy that he won. And but at the same time, Anderson Silva's a legend in the sport, and at one point was considered the greatest of all time. But, you know, these last 5-6 fights, you know, have not been good for him. So it kind of put damage on his legacy. So, you know, but, you know, he's his own person. So regardless of all that, you know, if he still has the desire to fight, then, you know, good on him.
So you think that maybe he should look for some lower level competition instead of retiring, or he should retire with this one?
No, I think that should be it. You know, what else do you have to prove? You know, you got the most title defenses. You're in the history book. You can already put him in the Hall of Fame tomorrow. You know, you're not going to achieve anything. Just, you know, he can be an ambassador for the sport. He can go teach seminars. Like I don't know. He can still be involved in martial arts and training, and he can still spar and do all that other stuff. He doesn't need to go take more damage to his body. You know, he's not going to be able to compete at the highest level anymore. And if it's not at the highest level, then, you know, it's a bitter pill to swallow, but, you know, it's over with. That's how I felt about my football career. I said, if it's not the NFL on the highest level, I'll go find something else to do. But, you know, at the same time, I was never like Tom Brady, you know, so it's hard to see from his eyes, you know.
Yeah. I understand. Eryk, finally, I want to ask you, because this November is going to be special for you, not only for your fight, but also because the movie Battle is coming out, and you're making your debut on the big screen. How was that experience for you, man? What can you tell us about that?
You know, it was cool, and it's not like you know, we went searching for that. It kind of just fell in our lap. You know, where we live in Birmingham, they're filming a lot of movies, and because of the taxes and whatnot. And you know, it's an MMA movie, so they came to the best MMA gym in town, and they hired a lot of the, you know, the coaches there to be stunt doubles, and some of the guys in the gym have gotten other acting jobs from that. And man, it was cool because it just kind of fell in my lap, and it was fun to see how a movie is shot, to be in the movie. And like Tyron Woodley's in it, Kenny Florian's in it, I think Cowboy Cerrone's in it.
Yes.
You know, Steven Dorff. So man, it was pretty cool to, you know, do all that.
Okay, so are we going to see more Eryk Anders in the movies, or it's just a one-time thing?
Man, hey, if they come with a check, I'm all about it. You know, I'll sell myself to the highest bidder. So, you know.
Okay, and Eryk, which one is harder, fighting or acting for you?
Well, I didn't really have to act. I just like broke up a fight, hung out at a pool party, you know. So it's not like I had a line or, you know, I got a close up or a cameo or anything like that. I was just kind of there in the background wrestling guys. It was fun though.
Okay.
Like, I think I do get some screen time though.
Gracias por visitar Somos MMA en YouTube. No olvides suscribirte a nuestro canal y activar las notificaciones para seguir disfrutando de nuestro contenido.